What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are only 28 days out for Marvel Spider-Man 2 releasing, and as I have tried my best to put out content for you, I hope you're engaging in it. 8 a.m. Central, hopefully, we will have content discussing issues that relate to Spider-Man. Now, there is a claim right now that is going on that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is copy-paste. This is something that I, in my opinion, kind of, in a sense, predicted that will come up as some kind of a conversation. But I know that it's a useless, argument because it's quite silly at the end of the day. But here's something else. I think that this is probably as a reaction of many people in the PlayStation ecosystem having been heavily critical of other video games. So now they've set themselves up for a lot of the nitpicking, and this is definitely something that we're probably going to see. Now, is this something that is viable? Is this something that is valid? Is this something that we should worry about? Actually, the answer to that is absolutely not. Why? Well, the answer is quite simple. Gamers will complain either way. I remember when Gotham Knights was released, a lot of people complained that it did not follow the, in quote, Arkham formula. Oh, people said things along the lines of, oh, they had the Arkham formula. Why did they just not follow it? Even though the Arkham formula and the Arkham games and its custodians and creators are Rocksteady, not Warner Brothers Montreal. Warner Brothers Montreal, yes, they made an Arkham game, but they made the game based on assets and code that they got from Rocksteady. This is actually something that the former studio head said in an interview. So we know this stuff. So people critique a video game when it takes a different approach in many cases, and then at the same time, they will probably complain as well when the video game takes a similar approach to what it had already taken in the past. So this is quite interesting to see people making this dichotomy, and this is why I suspect that it is just people trying to farm rage clicks, or at least maybe one up the people who had made fun of the game that they liked in the past. But I think these conversations are petty overall because it makes everybody look like a twat. Because here's the thing. If you actually are, and I want to make this, claim out here, if you're a Batman fan, you enjoy the Arkham games, I hope you're not making this argument, because if you are, shame on you. And I say shame on you because you remember that the Batman games are not some stellar, or the Arkham games, they are not some stellar, distinct iterations of one another to a significant level. Yes, they are distinct to a nominal level, or to at least a level that everybody can say, yes, these two games hold their own, in regard to, say, maybe if we're estimating Arkham City and maybe estimating Arkham Knight in the conversation, sure, we can agree to that. That is actually something that is established. But at the end of the day, the mechanics, the way Batman, basically is played, the voice actor that played Batman throughout the series is pretty much the same. So you cannot make this copy-paste argument in good faith. You really have to come up with something else if you're going to, maybe do that. But I've not seen any Batman fans do it. But I just want to make sure that there isn't one out there that is actually daring to do that, because that is just, in my opinion, highly, highly petty. There's no reason for anyone who wants to have a, in my opinion anyways, an honest argument to make that particular claim without getting, their arguments roasted by, literally fire. And so this is why I think that Marvel Spider-Man 2 needs to keep up whatever it is the developers have decided that they want to do. The game needs to stay consistent with the other games. They need to make some, like they already have done. I'm not even saying this stuff because we've seen it with our eyes. We've seen the new iterations. We've seen the new iterations of combat. We've seen some new iterations in terms of traversal. I mean, this is exactly what you do with a video game. The Arkham games also went, they went hard when they were making their changes as well. And by the time they got to Arkham Knight, Batman literally had an entirely new, different playable character called the Batmobile. Literally, a new way to traverse around the world than you had in Arkham Asylum and in Arkham City. So this is what you do with a video game. And if Insomniac really do say, which they have said, Brian Intihar and the developers, who have already claimed that yes, that their Spider-Man game was inspired by the Arkham games, then by all means, in my opinion, they ought to follow this particular paradigm, if you were to ask me. So this is my analysis, and this is my refutation of the copy-paste conversation. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I put it out there. And those who have also criticized other people's games as copy-paste or whatnot, if you're in the PlayStation ecosystem, you ought to stop that nonsense, because it makes sense that you will take less time to develop a sequel because you already have your core mechanics already in place, and all you're going to do is just build off of that. And this is what Marvel Spider-Man is going to be doing. Not only did they even just build a sequel directly, they actually put Miles Morales in the middle to also fine-tune a few things and introduce the new character and give him his own game. So you got to respect that hustle. You got to respect all of what they put in, because it's not just the sequel that you're going to see here in the next few days. But anyways, I thought I'd share my thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. Let me hear what you think in the comment section. I really want to have this conversation fleshed out, and it'll be in my opinion anyways, it'd be a nice way to kind of hear some sane thinking, concerning this. So thanks once again. Hopefully we'll talk pretty soon. Peace out.